There was no body, no grave, no murder weapon, and yet a jury said guilty. For the first time in local history, a man in Wake County was convicted of first-degree murder without a victim's body ever being found. This is the story of 23-year-old Monica Moynan and the man jurors believe erased her, Brian Sluss. But this case is more than a disappearance. It is about manipulation, domestic violence, digital deception, and a law called Britnys Law that changed the outcome forever. Tonight we break down the evidence, the lies, the trial, and the historic verdict. Who was Monica? Before she became a headline, Monica Moynan was a daughter, a mother, a friend. Her family describes her as vibrant, magnetic, strong-willed. She was just 23 years old. Monica had children. She had dreams. She had a complicated relationship, one that would later define her final chapter. She met Brian Sluss when she was 18 years old. He was nearly 20 years older than her. From the outside, it appeared unconventional. But behind closed doors, prosecutors would later argue, it was volatile. Court records revealed a documented history of domestic violence. There had been physical altercations, protective orders, prior charges. At one point, Monica had taken out a domestic violence protective order against Sluss, yet the two continued to orbit each other. By 2019, they were living together in Holly Springs, North Carolina. But according to testimony, their romantic relationship was over. They were sharing space, sharing responsibilities, but not trust. And then, Monica disappeared. In 2019, Monica Moynan was reported missing. At first, it was treated as a missing persons case. Sluss told authorities she left on her own. He claimed she walked away. But investigators quickly noticed something strange. Monica's car? Sluss was driving it. Her phone? He was using it. Text messages were being sent. Instagram posts were being made. But family members said it didn't sound like her. Investigators later testified that Sluss had been impersonating Monica, creating fake Facebook accounts, staging online conversations, fabricating affairs to suggest she had run off. It was, according to prosecutors, a carefully constructed illusion. Inside the home they shared, investigators made a critical discovery. Blood. Not a small amount, not easily explained. Forensic experts testified that the blood evidence was consistent with violence, not an accidental injury. Yet there was no body. And without a body, historically, murder prosecutions are rare. But prosecutors believed they had enough because this case would hinge on more than physical remains. It would hinge on pattern, history, and the law. Britnys Law. North Carolina has a statute known as Britnys Law. The law allows juries to consider prior domestic violence convictions involving the same victim when determining first-degree murder. In other words, a documented pattern of abuse can establish critical elements of the crime. Prosecutors argued that Sluss's prior convictions and violent history toward Monica showed intent. They told jurors this was not a spontaneous disappearance. It was escalation. Defense attorneys argued the opposite. No body, no confirmed cause of death, no direct eyewitness. They said Monica left voluntarily. The jury would decide which version of reality was true. The trial. The trial lasted 3 weeks. Sluss took the stand. For more than 2 hours, he described a turbulent relationship. He admitted to deception. He admitted to lying at times. He admitted to being on dating sites after Monica vanished. But he maintained one thing: I did not kill her. Prosecutors painted a different picture. They described a predator. They showed digital trails, phone records, social media manipulation. They argued that every move after her disappearance was part of a cover-up. The courtroom was tense. Family members sat feet away from the man accused of erasing their daughter. Even Assistant District Attorney Catherine Pomeroy was visibly emotional during proceedings. And then, it was time. The verdict. After deliberation, the jury returned. Guilty. First-degree murder. Gasps filled the courtroom. Monica's mother wept. Her family embraced. Jurors themselves were emotional, some hugging family members afterward. Sluss showed no visible reaction. He was sentenced to life in prison. Wake County history had been made. This was more than a conviction. It was a message. Domestic violence cases do not require a body to be believed. Patterns matter. History matters. Digital footprints matter. The district attorney had declined to pursue the death penalty, which is rare in domestic homicide cases. But life in prison ensures Sluss will never walk free again. Monica's body has never been found, but legally, her case is closed. There is no grave to visit, no final goodbye. But there is accountability. For Monica Moynan's family, justice does not erase grief. It does not fill the silence at the dinner table. But it is something. And in a courtroom in Wake County, without a body, without a confession, a jury decided that the truth was enough. This is a reminder. Sometimes justice is built not on what is found, but on what cannot be ignored.